I wanted to do a slightly different take on setting up with the journal grid guide. This time we're going to be setting up a vertical spread, and by that I mean that the days of the week are going down the page vertically rather than across horizontally. And I'm going to do a spread without boxes. So you're using the grid guide slightly differently, and I'm hopefully will make more sense as we go along. I'm going to grab the grid guide now. To get to the point where we are doing this, you will have needed to do a couple of steps just to prep your grid guide when it arrives, and all of that is explained in a separate video. It takes a couple of minutes. It's just about peeling off the protective film and popping out any remaining holes that might have stayed in there when the film was on. Once you've got your grid guide ready to go, the main thing we're going to do is start off in pencil, and this is key because it allows you to put your dots on the page that you're going to join up with pen, and you can then choose which lines to join up and which not to. This is even more important when we're doing this kind of spread where we're not going to have boxes. So the page is going to be split up 4 ways down the page, so vertically, and we're going to have a column on the edge which is going to be like a task panel. So to do that, we're going to think about splitting the page into 3, and then 2 will make up your daily areas and 1 will be your column for your task panel. All will become clear. So first of all, if we're splitting the page into 4 vertically, we're going to need the line that says 4 on it. Take this on the edge of your page. So I'm going to go here, position it, and draw in the dots. Draw in all the dots, and then, as I say, we can choose which ones we choose to include later. So that's all of your dots, splitting that page into 4 vertically. We're then going to go across on one of the dots, the line that says 3, and we're going to draw all of the dots horizontally. So far, so easy. So let's carry on doing that all the way across. As I say, when you become more confident using your grid guide, you will probably add in less dots. You'll only use the dots that you know you're going to use. But to start off with, I'd suggest pop in all the dots, and then you can make that decision when you're adding pen to the page as to what you want measured and what you don't. So going for every dot that is vertically down the page, you're going to add your row horizontally. Hopefully this makes sense. It's very difficult to explain, but the more times you see it used, the more straightforward it becomes. So that's why we've kind of focused on creating a number of videos with different ways to use the grid guide to help you get the most out of it. So as you will see, I've now got a box that is split 3 ways horizontally and 4 ways vertically, so 12 individual boxes. What I said we were doing is creating a side panel, so I'm going to do that first of all. So I'm joining up all of these dots down this side to create a side panel. This is going to be where our monthly calendar will go, our tasks will go. Now, if you wanted boxes here, you could draw each line to each line, and then you'd have boxes going across. I don't want boxes. What I want to do is to create just lines. So I'm going to go across the center one to start off with. This. I'm then going to go, I'm skipping that one, and we're only going 1, and then the same going downwards, now my page is split into a side panel and 4 days. Hopefully that makes sense. I'm going to use my eraser and take out all of the unnecessary dots, and then I'm going to do the same on the other side of the page, and then once we start adding in headers, hopefully it'll be clear what I was trying to achieve with this setup. It's a very straightforward one, but sometimes the simplest are the best in terms of layout. And this is one we go to time and time again, so I'm going to wipe it off. So you can see that's my page. I'll go back over here. So if you remember, I'm splitting into 4. Using my 3 line across each one of those. Always doing my dots in pencil, so that I got the choice once it comes to marking them out in pen. Last one. And again, I'm going to go, first of all, down that line. Just going to follow the same lines. Erase the unnecessary pencil. Now let's go in and decorate. I'm going to grab some stickers and my handy tweezers. And if you are observant, you will know that I have created 8 boxes. So I'm going to use the 8th box as next week. You could, if you wanted to, instead of using lines, you could use washi tape as your lines to make it a bit less harsh. I'm just going to add some washi decoration to my page. font stencils. Cheat guide for the date. Some decoration in the form of like lines to write to-dos on. Remember, you could add habit trackers, you could add to-do lists, you could add goals, you could have decorative stickers. Here I'm just showing you the basic kind of outline of a week using the grid guide. So the limit is your imagination, really. These grid guide videos, I haven't sped up the video at all, so this is real time. I wanted to leave them and kind of narrate them as I go along rather than adding in voiceover in post, just so that you can see how quick and how straightforward it is. I think if you add stuff afterwards, then it kind of is not real as to how quick it is really coming together. So this is my weekly spread, my vertical weekly spread. Really quick to come together. Let's have a look at time. It's 15 minutes. It's a very cute spread. As I say, you could put really whatever you want here and here. You could add meal planning sections into the days. Yeah, all sorts of personalisation that could go on, but the basics of this spread is that it's a week on 2 pages and the days are vertical. You could also use this as a Dutch door if you were to remove this edge. and then you'd have maybe your monthly goals down this side, and then each week would be laid out like this. That's another option. So yeah, lots that you can do with the grid guide. It makes things much easier. Hopefully you're enjoying these setups. If you are, then make sure you hit subscribe, which is down here somewhere, and we'll be filming lots more and sharing lots more to the channel as the weeks go on. Take care. Bye bye bye.